I was doing? Oh, I was watching the Milwaukee and the Kings game, and I was just watching Brook Lopez, just how he was impacting the game as a dude that's supposed to be over the hump in his career, like past his prime. Uh, he's a center. He went from being an offensive center to a defensive anchor. Just like everything about his game, I'm like, damn, this nigga Brook Lopez been in the league a long time, and he's still very effective. He finna probably get defensive player of the year. And I was just thinking, because last year in the playoffs for Boston, I was like, Al Horford is really doing his thing. He an older player, so it's like those two is kind of like on the same tier for me. So I put it on Bleacher Report, who would you rather have? And people was, it was mixed bag. I put it on a poll on YouTube. It was a mixed bag. I was getting a lot of interesting conversation around it. So I wanted to bring it to y'all. So yeah. Al Horford, Brook Lopez, who y'all got? You can do right now and overall career if you want to.
Man, this is hard. I had to think about this.
I think it depends on what you want out of the player.
Like, give me an
You,
example.
if you want somebody who is very, very great at what they bring to the table, and they gonna be healthy for the most part, you got to go with Horford. If you want a big that can get you 20 and also be a rim protector in a prime, I mean, you can go Brook. But like just overall career, I feel like that's like I told you yesterday. I feel Al Horford has been that straight line, while Brook Lopez done went up, down, and he's finally kind of ascending again. But at the same time, Al Horford has always been. I'm not who I was when I first made my first All Star team to my last All Star team. That's the same player I still am now.
Yeah,
And it's
I
kind of
see what you're
hard to go
saying.
against that because it's like his game has translated. So when you think
Okay,
about
so
him playing for the Atlanta Hawks versus who he play with now, these are two totally different teams.
I'm gonna ask you this question, Ray. So who would you take in their proms? Al Horford or Brook Lopez? At the best you've just seen both of them play, at their very best that you've seen them play NBA basketball, who you
That's
take?
that's what I was saying. Brook, we kind of was robbed of Brooks' true prime because he was getting hurt. Dude broke his foot. Like, like his first three seasons. Well, yeah, his first three seasons he played all 82 games. Then he broke his foot, played five. Next season came back, played 74. He was still solid. His first, yeah, he had a run there where he was giving you 19 or 20 points a game for about like a 4 or 5 year stretch, and then had a 17-point season and came back and gave you two back-to-back 20 points. The only thing that was always just mind-boggling to me about his height and the fact that he played a lot of minutes is that he always was. I feel like he was underachieving for as a rebounder. He was a terrible rebounder as a center, over 7 feet. You giving me 6 rebounds a game as a starter? That's crazy.
Okay. So who you taking? I'm saying you gotta pick one. You gotta pick one. You gotta pick.
That's what I'm saying. When I think about okay, who I'm taking, whether it's prime or longevity, I'm still looking at consistency. What were you
Oh,
consistently looking
so
like
Horford.
in your prime? I'd probably take Horford because it's as nice as we know Brook Lopez was on the block in the midi. I mean, I just feel like Horford was a better rebounder. I feel like he was always a solid defender in his own right. Um, he got more All Star teams. He got everything that you want to look at. He got more than during their prime years.
Okay. Okay. Chris.
Uh, I think I'm going Brook.
All right, that's
And
fine.
like, if you I mean, if you want to take the argument that Horford was better in his prime and he's gonna be more available, that's cool. But if I like the way I'm looking at it is, if I had to like as far as like teams fully healthy, I feel like Brook Lopez's absence would affect what the Bucks do a lot more than Al Horford's absence with the Celtics. Because
Hmm.
really, the only time that the Celtics be acting like shit is wrong is when Robert Williams is hurt, because he's really their defensive anchor in the middle.
Yeah.
So, as far as they impact on their teams, as far as who I'm taking Brook Lopez because he's a better defender. He's averaging more points right now, and he's doing that at an age that a lot of people was not expecting, especially with his injury history. The fact that he's still playing this hard on defense and still, what's he averaging? What, 15 points a game
He's at about
this season?
16 points. Yep,
He
about
averaging
15, 16 points.
16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so shit, I'll take it. You giving me 2.5 blocks, so you playing some defense. You showing me some effort on the glass,
So you
and he's
saying you
shooting
take
thirty
you'll
eight
take
percent from three.
so you saying you'll take Brook now?
I'll take Brook now. If you want to say you want to take Al Horford, as far as his prime years, I won't argue that because he was part of a winning basketball situation when he was with Atlanta. Like that was prime Al Horford. I won't argue that with you because just like you said, Brook Lopez's prime, a lot of it got robbed by injury. Even though we knew the talent was there, he just didn't get the showcase. So again, that goes into availability. So I'll definitely give you that. But if I'm talking right now, I'm taking Brook Lopez mainly just because of the impact that they both have in their teams. Brook Lopez has a higher impact on what the Bucks are trying to do rather than Al Horford.
Mm.
I feel like the Celtics, like, is because the big man that they be messed up about losing is Robert Williams, because he's the real defensive anchor over there. He's the one that provides that lockdown in the paint. Like Al
Okay,
Horford,
so
he don't play defense like that no more at his age.
I'm gonna ask you this question, Chris. So you think if Robert Williams was healthy, we'll be seeing way less than of Horford? You think Horford is playing out of necessity instead of that's who they would rather play?
I feel like that there are times when they have them both on the floor in certain situations when they want to make themselves a big team because they can't be a big team because you got Marcus Smart that's at your point guard position, and then you throw in Brown at the two, Tatum at the three, Horford at the four, and Williams at the five. That's a pretty big fucking lineup.
Mhm.
So that's something that I see they like because if they were playing the Bucks, that's what they gonna run.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So so it's times like I said where, but even still with that, I still feel like they'd be like you would see a bigger impact with the Celtics let Al Horford be there and Robert Williams are gone versus it be the other way around. Like I still think they would be able to like because Grant Williams ain't small either. Like if you want to throw Grant
Mhm.
Williams out there, he can play like he can take Al Horford's spot at the four, and he's still a big body. Like he ain't small.
So
I know
basically,
we
your
just got
argument for right now is that Al Horford is more replaceable than Brook Lopez is.
yeah, yeah, I can find like there are replacements on the team for what Al Horford does. I don't think that I think if you take Brook Lopez out of the equation, that it changes what Milwaukee's trying to do completely. Because now you're asking Giannis to put more effort on the defensive side of the ball, at the five than you would like. You want him to just go ahead and cook and not exert himself. Like he's still
Mm.
gonna do it, but if he ain't got to shit, why make him do it? He can keep who you say he was guarding the other day.
Yeah, Giannis was going Trey Lyles, bro.
Yeah, but hey, if we could go and do this with him guarding Trey Lyles, then damn it, let's get him to guard Trey Lyles.
That shit's crazy. That nigga Sub Zero was on here capping like Giannis, the greatest defender he ever seen. He was going Trey Lyles. But Ray, you agree with Chris' point about that Al Horford is more dispensable or replaceable than Brook Lopez is right now?
I'll say yeah, just because the Celtics are deeper at that, especially at that position. So I mean that'll be who's the backup center for Lopez.
Portis, he averaging a double off the bench.
But what does he
6'11".
bring? What does he bring as a center?
He averaging double-digit rebounds. He rebounded the ball.
But see, I don't even know. I don't
No,
know
I'm
if
talking about for as, like protecting the paint as effectively
Yeah,
as
he not a great
Lopez.
he not a great rim protector.
So
He
that's a
not
thing
terrible.
that's a thing that the Bucks desperately need, and Brook Lopez allowed. Like he's the only true rim protector on a team. So yeah, I would agree with that because, like you said, Al Horford. And plus, Al Horford has kind of taken he lost a little stuff this year. I mean, for one, battling injuries. So and he getting older. So
He's 2 years older than Lopez.
I'm saying
36,
he's
Horford
also
34.
battling an injury for a lot of the first part of the season. So
Horford been balling though. Horford been at 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists in his last 5, 1.6 blocks. He been shooting 50% from the field, 52% from 3. That's what he been doing the last 5 games. And for the season, he's at 10.6 rebounds, 3 assists, a block, and then he's shooting 48% from the field, 45% from 3. He's shooting 45% from 3, y'all, for the season. 55 games. I feel like it's an argument. It like what you were saying earlier, Ray. It depends on what your team need, but I feel like there's a good argument because I feel like they both are valued the same in their current situations. I feel like what Al Horford brought in the playoffs last year, even with Robert Williams there or not there, Al Horford was indispensable. I feel like you can't take away what Al Horford did last year in that finals run. I felt like he was that special as a role player. He was if they would have won, Al Horford would have been talked about as one of the best role players we've seen. Like that run, that was one of the best runs by a role player that we've seen, especially an older guy. But this current year, I can't say that I wouldn't take Brook Lopez. I probably would take Brook Lopez, but it's closer than people might think. It's real. It's way closer than people might think. I feel like they right there together. I feel like if you up Al Horford's usage like they do with Brook Lopez, uh, I think we will have a discussion here. But right now, as we stand, it's Brook Lopez as of right now. But overall, I got Horford. So I mean, it really ain't no yelling at each other like I thought. It's kind of we on the same page, so that kind of sucks. But I thought somebody would come in here and talk crazy, but it is what it is. Al Horford, Brook Lopez. I just wanted to shine a light on those two because I felt like they literally went from all stars and being a first, second option on their team in their prime. They've been on decent teams too. But for them to go to really role players and excelling in roles and excel in this NBA, like where you got to deal with switching onto the perimeter, like I feel like these two bigs just got a shout out to them for evolving.